AITA. Am I the a-hole for telling my girlfriend that it's weird that she has a tank full of fake jellyfish in her living room? So this is super weird, so I'll try and keep it short. My girlfriend Alice and I have been together for just over 4 months. I sometimes stay over at her house as I still live at home. Alice suffers from anxiety and depression, that she says comes from losing her mom to cancer 6 years ago, and her dad is extremely depressed and unreliable, so they aren't close. Alice works at the local veterinary clinic, and has a well-paid job, so she doesn't have much in the way of monetary worries. We get along great and I seriously love her, and that's why I'm so pissed off that our first big real fight is over something so ridiculous. Last week, I called past Alice's on my way back from class to find her setting up a tank. I thought or assumed she must have decided to get a pet fish, but it was this. Not even fish, jellyfish. Try explaining that to visitors. I asked her what the hell she had brought it for, and she said it's supposed to help with anxiety. The hole in that logic is this: she's already on antidepressant medication and has been for years now, so why the hell would she need an LED tank full of fake jellyfish, and how the hell would she even begin to think that's a legitimate thing? She is smart enough to get a degree, but not smart enough to avoid a blatant online scam. It turned into a fight when I said she was a prime candidate to join an MLM scheme, if she was gullible enough to believe a fake fish tank would calm her anxiety. I told her people would find it really uncomfortable to sit in the living room with a random fake jellyfish tank. She called me an idiot, and asked me to leave because apparently I was raising my voice. I barely raised my voice at all, I was just frustrated. I know I reacted strongly to it, but it was just so crazy, and knowing she's allowing herself to be scammed is even more maddening. She ghosted me for a week, and then finally texted me this morning with this: just to let you know, the jellyfish work great. I feel way less anxious at night, but honestly I think the biggest stress reliever was dumping your insecure ass. I'm sure she hasn't really dumped me, over a fish tank of all things, and when she unblocks me I'll explain myself more calmly, but AITA? Am I the a-hole for being mad that she fell for a scam? YTA. You're the a-hole. Please get to therapy for the anger that comes through in basically every word of this post. Bring this post to the therapist. To be honest, she probably won't need the fake jellyfish if she breaks up with you, because you're likely the cause of her anxiety. Info. Are fake jellyfish tied to some deep-rooted traumatic secret in your past? Did they kill your parents or something? If not, you're overreacting. YTA. Obviously, and I wish I could be there when you realize she's dumped you for good. For the record, anxiety medication is not a standalone treatment. It is supposed to be used in conjunction with other anxiety management behaviors. Specifically self-calming, meditation or relaxation strategies. So, you're dumped and ignorant. I love this post. I didn't know I needed a fake jellyfish tank until now. YTA. I'm so pissed off that our first big real fight is over something so ridiculous. The only thing ridiculous here is how you are reacting to her buying a piece of home decor she likes. Try explaining that to visitors. I like the way it looks. And it has a calming effect for me. Done, just explained it, no problem. Blatant online scam. Where is the scam? What relieves an individual's anxiety is up to them. Maybe she likes it and it calms her. I told her people would find it really uncomfortable to sit in the living room with a random fake jellyfish tank. How are you drawing this conclusion? I'm beginning to think other things in her life are contributing to her anxiety, and the tank of fake jellyfish isn't it. I'm sure she hasn't really dumped me, over a fish tank of all things. She didn't dump you over a fish tank, she dumped you because you were being the a-hole. When she unblocks me I'll explain myself more calmly. I would do yourself a favor and just let it be. Your relationship has ended not because of a jellyfish tank, but because in a 4-month-long relationship, You started an argument with your girlfriend over her spending her money on something she wanted to, as if you had any say as to how or what she spends her money on in the first place. AITA. Am I the a-hole for telling my girlfriend she's being a witch? Before you jump to saying I am, read this all the way through. Friday, my son had a pretty bad day at school. He almost cried trying to tell me about it. Since she wasn't gonna be there that night, I took him out to dinner and we rented a movie. When we started watching it, he sat in the recliner while I laid down on the couch. About halfway through the movie, he got up and came and laid on me. He used to do this when he was like 7, and I wasn't gonna push him away. We ended up falling asleep. My girlfriend came home the next morning, and after we woke up, she asked to speak with me. She told me she was very uncomfortable when she walked in. She told me it just felt really wrong, and that he's way too old to be doing that. I told her that he just had a bad day, and he had every right to come to me. She just got mad and told me to never do it again. That's when I told her she was being a witch and to just drop it. He's my son, I'll do what I want. She ended up leaving and going back to her house. I'm thinking about ending things, but that's the only time she's ever done something like that. AITA? Am I the a-hole? NTA. Not the a-hole. He's your son, there was nothing inappropriate about it. Why was she uncomfortable with it? I hate to think what she would have said if you had a daughter rather than a son, and she walked in on a similar situation. He's your son and if he wants to cuddle with you he's allowed. Go with what your gut is telling you. NTA. Your kid had a bad day and wanted love and support from you. I did this with my parents on bad days, and it's the only way it made me feel safe again. You helped your child, never feel guilty for that. Also, 13 is an awkward stage, and kids are still figuring out how to deal with emotions. I would ask your girlfriend about the situation, and why she was so upset by it. There could be something deeper going on that you don't know about. However, I wouldn't keep her around if your parenting isn't something she agrees with. NTA. Huge red flag. She sexualized a healthy relationship with your child. I wouldn't want to have children with a woman who thinks this way. If that's a big deal to you, cut her loose. Bro. I'm 17, and when I'm sad I still lay my head in my mom's lap and cuddle her. NTA. Not the a-hole at all.